What's up, everyone? So, I want to talk about this whole Chud the Builder thing, okay? And what people gotta understand about this that bothers me is in the other video where they had the 3 kids that killed somebody and talked about sweat equity, okay? The thing that hurts is when they were talking about how one of the kids was in foster care, okay? And I was in foster care. But the thing about me is, I love to do historical math. I love it. But for the simple fact that I'm 100% well aware of the fact that the reason why he was in foster care is because the government wouldn't stop selling drugs to us. And I was in foster care too. But I'm aware of the fact that they was putting all this Scarface, all this paid in full movies out here just to get people compelled to sell drugs to each other. Y'all did that. Y'all profited from it on both ends. Okay. I paid $20 for a movie ticket to go see Paid in Full, and then paid 10 years in slavery for doing what the movie told me to do. I think it's a shame, right? You still abusing your people this way. This is slavery. This is the land we live in right now, on both ends. You understand? And I say both ends because this goes back into what immigrants say when they come here. They get shown videos. They get compelled. Okay, they get taught to treat us like garbage from the very beginning. I got racist brothers, you understand, to this day, white and racist. And it baffles my mind. It baffles my mind. And the one thing I know about hate, right? Racism and hate, is you have to be a certain level of intellect to join. Okay? It's the same thing with the drug dealers, Bloods, Crips, KKK. They're all the same. They're nothing but cults to me. Republicans, Democrats, I'm telling you. All you gotta do is go stare into witchcraft. That was the best thing I ever did for myself. Because I realized it's just like, the only thing they do have you reading is how to become a better employee. They know exactly what you are. You understand? If you go back to the previous video I did about isle DNA, you understand why they took out Latin. We were not an idle people. We created marvels. We created marvels. And that's why I have a disgust for rap music the way that I do, for the simple fact that that veiled over all the things black people really did in this world. And the people who took over rap music, the founding fathers of rap music, has never done anything a day in their life. Cameron dropped out of the 6th grade. Mace is a trans religion. He don't know whether he Christian or hood. And this goes back to the mentality. Your son the Bush is telling me today. He was like, you gotta break down American and dream. American is just a corporation. America is outside of the body. The dream is inside. So when you think of rich people, right, what they're doing is they're dreaming of a version of American that they're creating inside of their imagination. And this is why we're all arguing. It's like we're all American, but you're wrong and I'm right. And witchcraft got me understanding that we're all in pain. And pain is a beautiful thing. I love pain. The poetry of it. Okay. I'll give you an example. I can't remember what country it was, but it was a man who had a wife that was sick. Unfortunately, they lived in like a village, so it was like there was like a mountain in their way keeping them from going to the hospital. They had to go around the mountain. It took like 12 hours or 8 hours or something like that. And by the time they got to the hospital, his wife passed away. The pain destroyed him so much. He just took a pickaxe and got the fucking work. You understand? He was like, fuck this. Just every day. Every fucking day. And I can just imagine why. What he was going through in his mind. Using that as fuel. Knowing he was pushing his dead wife to the hospital. He was like, no, fuck that. You understand? I'm telling you, like, we built things because we saw people hurt. You understand? That's what we did. And we forgot. We forgot. That's why, like, man, listen. Hey. I understand if it wasn't for me being a preemie. 15 ounces. Okay. I was so little that the bottom of my book bag used to hit the back of my ankles. You understand? And the world was so big to me where my mother didn't even take me serious. She was just looking at, I was a homunculus. I was a homunculus. Okay. That's what I was. That's how she saw me. You understand? It forced me to, like, you know what? Let me start reading and define these words. I try to talk to her. She just laugh at everything I say. Maybe I'm saying something wrong. If it wasn't for me going through all the pain I went through, I wouldn't have. You understand? I probably wouldn't have this voice in my head. Who knows who I would be right now? And that's what we have to start taking into consideration. Yeah, stop the American dream and come back to reality. With that being said, thank you for watching and happy knowledge, honey.